Ryan, everybody knows kind of what you've been through injury-wise, but to get that first start finally after everything this past week, kind of what did that mean to you as far as your journey is concerned?
It meant a lot. I was very excited out there. It was a very emotional game for me because I battled through a lot. So getting that first start and getting to go out there with my brothers, it was a good time.
So they were saying your nickname is Trouble.
Yeah.
Like, where did that nickname come from?
I got that nickname back in high school. It originally didn't start so much as in football trouble. It was kind of a little outside trouble, but it it came onto the field though.
You
So
cause trouble on the field?
yeah, yes sir.
Ryan, speaking on the injury thing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that it's something you can kind of look back upon and look at it as kind of a victory, so to speak, for what you've come through. Was there ever a point of maybe lightheartedness with you, Claude, medical staff, where you're like, I'm sick of seeing you guys. Like I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of getting to know you guys because it's almost ridiculous how much you've had to deal with since you've been here.
I wouldn't say that, but it's almost like me and the training staff, we got a good relationship, obviously. So, but it's like they build. It's kind of like when I go in there, like if I go through an injury or whatever, it's like they want to see me get back on the field. They know what I can do. They know how I can help the team. So it's pretty much like that.
Do you mind, just so for accuracy's sake, sort of enumerating what all that you've had to overcome since you've been here from an injury standpoint?
Right before I got here, I tore my ACL. And then when I got here freshman year, I tore my labrum. Then sophomore year, I made it through sophomore year. And then junior year, I tore my quad. So.
Can you talk a bit about your role as a leader since you've been here for a while?
Well, at first, I won't say I was scared of the leader role, but it was more as like I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right first before I tried to tell everybody else to do something right, because nobody really gonna listen to you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that was more for me. Like this year, I feel like I've stepped up more as a leader. I've been doing more stuff right, handling my business academic-wise, off the field, on the field, stuff like that.
Hey Ryan, Coach Smart praises you for how you've grown on the field as a player, off the field as a young man. I was wondering if you could speak about how you've grown maturity-wise and when you really felt like you bought into the program and really felt like you belonged here.
I say I really bought into the program probably the summer of, probably this last summer, honestly. Not that I wasn't really bought in, but like it was more a consistent thing, like showing them that I could consistently go to class, consistently keep my grades up, consistently do my job on the field, such and stuff like that. And I feel like I really locked in on that this last summer. And yeah.
Thank you.
Ryan, Coach was telling us a story about you back in 2020. He said you came to his office and said you were about ready to pack it in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the injuries or whatnot, but you recall that meeting and what Coach Smart did to help convince you that, hey, stay the course.
So yeah, that was during the COVID season, and I was just going through a lot, some other issues off the field, and just the whole COVID thing, and still like not really bad at injuries, like little knickknacks and stuff like that, and just not being where I wanted to be. But Coach Smart sat me down and he talked to me, and he just told me like stay patient, trust the process, trust him, and that's what I did.
What kind of feedback did you get from Coach Sherman about your performance the other day, and what kind of role do you think you might have this week?
It's not easy to get some good feedback out of Shu. He graded real hard, but he told me he was proud of me and how I stepped up, and overall I did a pretty well job out there.
Ryan, with that whole meeting with Kirby in mind and all the injuries, what would you say, you know, being at the University of Georgia or the University of Georgia itself has done for you, you know, over the past, you know, 4 years, is your 4th year?
Yes, sir.
How much have you grown? How much more do you know about yourself at this point?
A lot. I would say a lot. I'm growing a lot. I feel like I said before, like off the field, on the field, I try to take like everything they say and I take it in consideration, like whether it's academics or it might even be just like a quote, and I might like just lock in, write it down in my notebook, like taking extra notes, watching extra film, just like really locking in on everything I need to do well.
Given all the injuries, difficulties in the 2020 season, it's been hard to keep a positive mindset and keep pushing and getting to the point where you got to on Saturday where you're finally starting for this defense?
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely hard. I definitely had some times throughout these last couple of years where, you know, I'd be down and just wondering like, dang, why it's happened to me or why something. But like, I try to think in a mode where like, there's always something. Your situation can always be worse. There's always somebody in a worse situation. So like, yeah, I battle some injuries. It's people at other schools who've had more injuries than me, you know, and they battle back. So I just look at it like that. Somebody's situation is always worse than mine.
Yeah, I just wonder, everybody's got supporters back home, family. When did you find out that you were going to be able to start? Did you get to find out ahead of time and let them know, hey, you know, mama, whoever it was, who's that first call to? Did you get to make that call? And how have they dealt with your career, those people who were pulling for you?
When I first found out I was starting I kind of found out Monday, but I ain't really believe it. I was like, I might be, but you know, but it really clicked in Thursday or like Wednesday. I was like, okay, like it's your time to do what you're supposed to do. And then the first call, I called my mother. I told her I was like, I'm starting this game, and then I texted her, and then she called me, and then she was like, I'm about to come up there. I was like, okay. So like, save me some tickets and everything. So, yeah.
So can you talk a bit about, you touched on this a bit, but talking about what kind of mentality does it take to continue to bounce back from injury after injury, and kind of what kind of mentality did you have to be able to keep you going as you got towards your starts?
I just had to just think like, keep going. I know this sucks right now. I know you in rehab and you want to be out there on the field, but you just gotta like think about like God got a different, you know, path for you. Not everybody's path is 3 years or not, or 4 years or not, or whatsoever. So I just trusted God and stayed on the path. And pretty much talking to my mother every day. She sent me prayers and she constantly texts me and reassures me that like I'm doing good and just stay focused and keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
You and Darnell share the number 0. Do y'all ever talk about that?
Yes.
And what's the reason behind you having the number 0?
So Darnell likes to call me Lil O, but I call him Lil O because I'm older. But everybody likes to call him Big O, and then they start trying to call me Lil O, but like, I don't like it. I told him. But yeah.
What's the meaning behind 0?
So originally I had 12, and I was like, oh, I'm not really feeling this number. So then I started thinking of a new number, and then they introduced that 0 will be available now. So then I was like, all right, if I get 0, I was like, if I get 0, we're gonna have 0 problems out there. We're gonna have 0 busts, 0 missed tackles. That's my goal, to have 0 busts out there, 0 missed tackles, just eliminate all mistakes.
0 injuries?
Yes, sir.
Got time for 2 more? Yeah, Ryan, I know, I think Tresman may have had as many injuries just about as you have. I mean, you guys play the same position. How much commiseration has that been, I guess, and support maybe too among you two guys through this whole thing?
Well, you know, me and Trev, we we usually get hurt around the same time, which is crazy. So we be in the training room together. So me and Trey's relationship was like real good. We hang out outside of football all the time. But the relationship that we built, it kind of like, it both gave us confidence. Like we both reassured each other, like we both gonna be straight. We both good, you know. Just stick to the path and trust God.
Yeah, starting next to Jamon on Saturday, how did he sort of help you get acclimated, make sure, you know, hey, game's not moving too fast, and really helping to lead that linebacker room, really this defense?
Oh yeah, my boy Pop. Pop was just giving me confidence all throughout the week, you know. Anytime I made a play during practice, he was like, yeah, trouble, let's go, all this other stuff. Like, you know, Pop did a good job of like reassuring me that like I was made to be out there, you know. I was supposed to be out there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ryan, what's